Hi, good seeing everyone. How's everybody doing today? My goodness, so happy to be here. Guess what? Number 7. Yes. Of course, super happy, super blessed, okay? Video number 7. Oh my goodness, last week was a weird video, what was it? I forget what it was called. I'm such a loser. Go look at it. I invite you. It had a lot of information, a lot of special information, and hopefully I can build upon that one on this one, okay? I must say that this week was a little strange, up until Monday evening, okay? Remember I spoke about analytics last week, and there's forces out there that I can't really explain, and I only bring that up because I never check those analytics, okay? I never go, I always check, let's see who popped in, but I never go, let me see who's looking at me, what company is looking at me. It doesn't even go through my mind. And that was literally maybe the second or third time that I go into that section of the analytics. So I got really weirded out, okay? And it took me a while to accept, acknowledge, and then move on, okay? So that's kind of still is in back of my mind, okay? But I'm still I feel as though I've been reborn, if that makes sense. Because I'm still I feel like I'm a baby, goo goo gaga, here in LinkedIn. I didn't even realize what I had said, and yet last week I said, big, beautiful, bold letters, course careers, and they were at 33%, and it just dawned on me, that's how much of an airhead I am, and I'm still learning. I'm like, oh my God, of course careers, absolutely, I love you guys. Applied knowledge, right? Not general knowledge. And I will always, I'm gonna be always, course careers will always have a place special in my heart. So I said course careers, big, bold, and beautiful up there. They're 33%. They're screaming at me, and it just flew over my head. And so that's why I say I feel like I've been reborn again here on LinkedIn. This is a new world for me. I can't even imagine it, That's why I'm just tripping and mistaking and then getting back up and trying to learn how to walk and experimenting, and it's just been a real fun, and I haven't felt this way in a very long time. And so I'm super grateful. That's why Course Careers, I'm super grateful for them. And Terry Buckholt, Troy Buckholt. Sorry. But I'm super grateful for them and what he's been able to do for us, for the community as a whole. And so there's been a lot of emotion. So now that we're on Course Careers, what's going on? Because I still need to take my final exam, okay? So I'm going to start studying it. I'm going to take it probably in the early... I'm definitely gonna aim that way I can get the certification by the end of the week, next week, and I'll post that up and I'll celebrate because I'm approaching 90 days, okay? And so I need to really hone in on that. What else? So yes, I just wanted to acknowledge that where I'm at on Course Careers, and then just the analytics that just weirded me out. And then, of course, now, what's next? Well, we gotta get Killer BDR out here. Are you kidding me? Or you guys want to just hear Manuel Garcia Godoy? No, let's get Killer out here. Let's see what he's got to say. Because I'll tell you what, he always surprises me. I have no idea, believe me, what he's gonna say today. Okay. But let me see what he's doing. I don't know. I think he's doing the mirror thing again. If you remember last week, he was looking at the mirror and he was just telling himself how much he loved himself. Remember, he was kissing himself and how he would never put himself down when things don't go his way. Well, let me take a peek because I think he's up to something again. Okay, let me see. Yeah, sure enough. Yeah. So he's saying, okay, he's mumbling something like, "You're gonna either love me or you're gonna hate me, but one way or another, you're gonna remember me, okay? This guy is so weird, okay? But look, I know. Let me go drag him. Let's see what he's got to say, okay? Hold on, don't go anywhere. Now, you didn't think I was a killer now, did you? Hi, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing? Yes, number 7. We've acknowledged that, and I'm super happy, super blessed to be here with you today. Now, remember, last week I left off with what happened with Mr. VP, right? What happened? Well, you're gonna have to wait till the end because I've got a story to tell you, and it's something special. And it hits in the heart, and I think you'll enjoy it, okay? Now remember, I've disclosed that I have 3 kids, right? 2 of them are in high school. One's ready to graduate in the end of May. And you know, my son, he's a freshman, and he wasn't always excited about going to school, okay? Let me give you a little brief backstory. So during middle school, you know, he's 15, he's gonna be 16 next month, and during middle school, like, he was always like C's, right, and the occasional B, but he was happy, so I let him do his thing. And as you know, his older sister is, just getting ready to graduate, of course, like I said, but they're involved within the school. There's a program called Synergy, which is like the advanced science, technology, engineering, math, and what else? Technologies. It's so. But look, he's never really been an A student, okay? And I never really minded. I let him do his own thing, right? I was far from being an A student, let me tell you, okay? But I just want him to be happy, okay? Now I tell you this because his sister, right, referred him into the program while he was attending 8th grade. Now his grades didn't reflect that he could even remotely be successful into that program because it's pre-AP math, English, social studies, biology. It's advanced stuff. It pushes you. And I'm telling you this because last week we spoke about self-image, right? And when you raise your self-image, right, and you're able to then attract, right? You elevate your standard, and so you attract different people, right? Who are of like-minded, right? And so what he's been able to do is, I knew that he was going to struggle. I knew that he was going to struggle going into this, coming in from middle school into high school, big difference, okay? And now he's doing pre-AP stuff. He was a C student in middle school. Okay, so what happened is, I let him do his thing the first 6 weeks, right? And I knew he was going to struggle. Of course I knew he was going to struggle. And so what happens is, right around the 6-week mark, I notice he's down and out, He's not really motivated. He was excited about high school, but not so motivated after 6 weeks. Now, I knew what was wrong, and I asked him, "What's wrong, big boy?" And his name's Jacob, right? And so I tell him, "What's wrong, big boy?" And he says, "Dad, I'm not doing too good." And I knew it was coming. And I said, "Well, what do you mean you're not doing too good?" He said, "Well, I sit in the class and I take notes like all the other kids, right? And so and he goes to school, but it wasn't working for him, okay? And so I acknowledged that. Well, what do you think you should do?" And so he started telling me, right? And I didn't really like his suggestions, and I asked him, "Well, what do you do for lunch?" "Well, I eat lunch real quick, and then I get on my phone, and then, I just kind of do my phone." I'm like, that's a waste of time, okay? Because you see these kids, right? And they absorb this knowledge, right? Like it's nothing, right? He says, "Yes. Well, look, we all have strengths and we all have weaknesses, okay? Remember that your strengths are not necessarily their strengths and vice versa, right? So you must do something different, okay?" And I told him, "Look, rather than doing what they do, right, and you're not getting the outcome that you want, you need to do something different. I would highly suggest that during your lunch, instead of messing around with that garbage of social media, why don't you go and start hopping around to your different teachers and get to know them, and that way they know you by name, and you build a relationship." Well, needless to say, he definitely took up my suggestion, right? And now he's actually high B's, okay, and high C's, right? But what he was doing wasn't working, okay? And so all he did was just change, right? Pivot, because you can't be so stubborn in life that you're not getting the results that you want, and you keep doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting something different to pop up. Okay, so what he does now is he jumps around and during the lunch hour, and he's now built a beautiful relationship with him. He's not missed a day of school, well, 2 days because he had to go to the doctor or whatever, but now he really, I'm not gonna say he enjoys doing all the pre-AP stuff, but he's passing, right? And now look, this happened back in August, right? And now look at this, he's almost done with his first year. And so he's definitely has succeeded, right? When the odds were against them, right? The odds were against them. We had counselors on the middle school calling the Synergy program. It's a program within the high school. These counselors were leaving messages, okay, to the director of Synergy, because it's a pool, right? It's 5 different middle schools, and so they handpick, right? They handpick, and he was fortunate enough to have his older sister refer him in. But heck, it's a little bit of luck. Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of luck. Look, personally, like I told him, if you were to give me the choice between being the smartest person in the room or the luckiest person in the room, I'm choosing luck every day of the week, And that's just the way I think. Okay, that's just the way I think. But look, he's succeeding because he pivoted. He found out what wasn't working, and we changed that up. And he's remained determined, consistent, and he's persevered. And now he has these beautiful relationships, okay? And so I just wanted to share that story with you, because we can't be so stubborn and hard-headed. And if we're not getting the results that we want, then we need to change it up, okay? Okay, moving on. Now that I got that nice story out of the way, because if you're a father, then you understand where I'm coming from. It's really one of my proudest moments that I was able to do that for him, okay? So now, what's the deal with Mr. VP? Did he answer or did he not answer? Well, what do you think? I mean, what do you think? What do you think? Are you gonna bet against me or are you gonna bet with me? What do you think? Well, if you bet with me, you won, okay? But look, I got a little bit lucky. I bring up luck because sometimes you get lucky. Now, yes, I did the email and I did all the good stuff, all that other stuff, right? And I called him up on Wednesday. I called him up because remember, I started the cadence, right? Whenever I did last week, was it Friday, Saturday? No, Friday, right? I told you it was Friday. Okay, so I did the cadence, and then Wednesday I call him up, and guess what? I got lucky, and he picked up the phone, okay? He picked up the phone, right? What did we discuss the last video? Shark, okay? Now, it could have gone 2 ways, right? Could have either gone really well, or it could have gone really bad. Well, in my opinion, I think it went pretty good, in my opinion. Okay, so much so that I was able to schedule a meeting for today. But guess what this guy didn't do? He didn't follow up. I didn't follow up. And so, he canceled on me, but maybe if I did, he would have canceled. I don't know, and I don't care. What's gonna happen now I'm going to follow up. Shame on me, right? I'll never do it again. I will always follow up. Lesson learned. Okay, so now, this brings me to the next portion of this. Okay, I'm hitting this pivotal, crucial, important point in the process where I'm no longer going to discuss matters that are associated with me contacting these companies, because at the end of the day, I'm going to be contacting VPs, right? And so, this from this point on until I find out where my next home is, where I'm going to be getting hired at, I am like this and not talking about it, because there is such a thing as losing the deal because you talk too much, right? So that's the point that I'm in this process, right? But look, I'm still gonna show up every Saturday, okay? And we're gonna be inspired. We're gonna get through this together, okay? We're gonna motivate each other. I've enjoyed this process. I mean, I'm hitting the 90 days, okay? And so I promise to keep showing up and being consistent with you all here. What else? March 31st is approaching, okay? That's when I kind of took it upon myself. I said 90 days, that should be enough to land a deal. I don't know if I'm gonna get it, okay? But you're not gonna consider me a failure if I don't get it by March 31st. Because you know what? There's April 30th, right? There's May, and there's June. I said I'd give myself until the summer for something to stick, okay? I don't know where, again, it's coming from. And I don't want to be jumping up like I usually do, because, you know, I don't want you to see all the drippings on this, you know? But, you know, I just, you know, I'm going to continuously show up, and I'm in it for the long haul, so I'm not really in a rush. Whether it happens during March 30th, 31st or not, it doesn't, at this point, it doesn't mean anything to me. The hardest part, half the battle, is getting noticed, and I think I've done a pretty decent job with that. So now I'm gonna hammer down, finish up the certification at Course Careers. Shout out to Course Careers. And then hopefully post that at the end of the week. But yeah, that's what my mission is right now. So yeah, from this point forward, I won't be discussing any matters that are regarding the any negotiations or me contacting companies. I'm definitely not doing that. Okay, so if I'm still contacting you, pick up the phone, come on, you know? I mean, I think I've proven myself this much, you know? But I look forward to speaking with whoever picks up the phone at this point, you know? But look, so I'm gonna follow up with Mr. VP. I've got other VPs. Look, that brings me to the next thing. I noticed that I was looking at little chunkers in the previous video, so I started working out on Wednesday, because that's what I realized is that the people that are successful in this, okay, they got a routine and they keep up with their health. In these past 2.5 months, I've just been boom, 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 and I've neglected that. But now I started working out on Wednesdays. I started working out on Wednesday, and I'll continue doing that now. And I also started picking up Fanatical Prospecting. That's one of the books that are in Course Careers as well as Spin, and I started doing Fanatical Prospecting, okay? And so that's kind of what I've been up to. A lot of things on my mind, so I'm not, you know, but I'll be good. I'm good. We're good. We're still in it. We're still in the hunt, right? We're still in the hunt. Let's see what other stuff I can get into. Again, I won't be disclosing any future interactions with any VPs or companies, because at this point I've already gotten notice, and that's half the battle, okay? But I look forward to tuning in, for you to tune in next Saturday, and we'll be, let's keep going, okay? Let's see if we can get it done by March 31st, okay? Let's go!